do if the elephant ran over to you?
Well, because there was Place Beyond the Pines, Drive, and then that one.
He didn't do Place Between the Pines.
Place
Oh,
Beyond the
Gosling was in them. But
Yeah, Ryan Gosling.
It wasn't the same director. I'm talking about the director.
Oh, okay.
still
No,
hasn't
I was
grown
talking
up,
about
eh?
Ryan Gosling.
Becoming
That's pretty
Ryan
impressive, actually. 'cause
I wanted to see Place Beyond the Pines.
Yeah, I want to see all 4 of those movies, actually.
Yeah,
You said Drive. You rave about Drive all the time, so.
I do.
I still haven't seen it.
Yeah, I should.
You guys actually haven't seen it?
No, I haven't.
I don't know.
I saw
It's
the end
really
of it.
fucking cool. Like I love like
Does
the
he do
soundtrack's
Drive?
awesome and it really adds to a lot. It's very like low like.
Is he fast and or furious?
He's fast,
Vin Diesel in that
but
movie?
he's emotionless.
Fast and...
Fast and whatever.
Too fast, too...
Too fast or whatever.
Okay, so we're going.
Too soon. No.
Really tilted. I'm gonna fix
Sorry,
this
Rip
because
Paul
it's
Walker.
super tilty.
Paul Walker.
Tilty.
No.
Gucci.
Played out.
You're played out.
I am.
But yeah, The Running Man's pretty... It's a fun time.
You're
It's
salty.
not a good movie, but
Oh.
it's a real fun time. It's a
I have
Schwarzenegger-
seen it.
Yeah, it's fine.
What is
I saw it a
The
while
Running
ago.
Man.
It's been like many
Running Man?
years.
Arnold Schwarzenegger in the
Is
80s.
it just him
Oh, yeah,
doing
he's
like
on a
this for
treadmill.
like 20
pretty much.
hours?
Just doing
It was
the
based
dance.
on the Stephen King novella.
Very
Oh, yeah, right,
loosely.
right.
Loosely.
Yeah.
It's like that movie.
But no, Stephen King loves Frank Darabont's
Oh God, Alex, don't
movies
fuck
that
up.
he did.
Doesn't everyone
Fuck
love
you up.
Darabont's movies?
Not
Yeah.
particularly.
There we go.
Stephen
Yeah,
King
but
hates,
Stephen
like,
King,
every other
yeah,
movie.
he's
yeah,
like,
I guess.
he hates like, but he's good reason to hate some of the movie adaptations of his stuff.
Not The Shining.
If you've seen,
This
Yeah,
one-
The
Shining is
Shining was
amazing.
fucking
I haven't
Yeah,
still
The Shining's
seen
fantastic.
it.
Oh, God,
Still
it's
haven't seen
so
it.
good.
You haven't seen The Shining?
I haven't seen The
Aren't there
Shining.
multiple
I
Shinings?
thought you liked movies.
I do,
No,
but
there's
I,
sequels to The
you know what? I
No,
see a lot of
there-
movies.
okay.
I've got a backlog
You ever
that's
think of a different
infinity
movie?
movies
Carrie.
long. There's
Carrie's had like 8 remakes and 2 sequels.
And they're all not great.
Okay, that's not
Carrie
eight.
Underwood?
I only had the one. I think.
Huh?
No, there was there was the current one. There was
Carrie
one that
Underwood.
MTV did.
Really?
Yeah, there's like an MTV TV movie of Carrie, and then
Yep.
there's at least one other one. And
Oh,
then
the
there was
original
also
one.
a sequel.
And that makes 8.
I believe you that there was a.
No, it was called Carrie 2: The Rage.
Oh my god! I think I've heard of that
Yeah.
actually.
It's
What possibly
horrible.
could happen as a sequel
The
to
exact
Carrie?
same thing.
But no, okay, there's a Stephen King story called The Lawnmower Man, and they made that into a sci-fi
God.
horror
What is
movie.
that?
But in the story, it doesn't work as a movie. The story's basically like someone hires someone to mow their lawn, but it's actually like some like naked man who just crawls and like eats all the grass, and it's just some really
It's
fucked
one
up
of,
things.
it's one of his weird, like,
Stupid
weird
as
surreal
fuck.
stories.
Yeah, it's just a weird. Yeah, exactly. But then they turned to a movie where they made it like it's about a retarded guy who like they put him into some like weird AI program
Yeah.
to make him like smarter, but then he becomes like self-aware and he starts like destroying reality and shit.
Yeah.
It's like this
That's
is
not the
nothing.
book.
And
Yeah.
so afterwards, Stephen King's like, I'm officially disowning this, and he did that with Maximum Overdrive as well, which is like the cheesiest. That's a fucking cheesy like good bad movie because it's like a movie about. It was made in the 80s, and the premise is that an asteroid flies by Earth and then makes all the electronics and cars want to kill humans. So it's all about like humans
cool.
trying to not get killed
Carmageddon.
by like
That
an
sounds
army of
awesome.
cars chasing
Yeah.
them.
No, we gotta go. We gotta
Sounds
watch.
goofy but funny.
I know, exactly. That's what it is. But then Stephen King like absolutely despises it.
Speaking of good bad movies, we have to watch
He needs to
Samurai
stop
Cop.
selling the rights.
Samurai
to
Cop.
it.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see the YMS about Samurai
Yes, I
Cop?
did.
Oh my god.
Although I don't now, I feel like I don't need to watch the movie after
I-
having
but
watched
just-
that. I watched a 15-minute video about a 90-minute movie.
I-
I've seen a sixth of it.
That's true. That movie looks so good though.
It does
I
look
love the like main actor. He did a video on YouTube like last year about how he's still alive.
He's like, yeah, it's like, and then he literally said like, God, that was such a retarded movie. Like that was verbatim.
But I
what he
love the
said.
fact that he's been using different aliases through
Yes.
the time. Yeah, and he's like, I had to use Brian McAvelli, and he's
Yeah,
got all these
yeah.
stupid-ass
I remember
names,
that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's
let's
introduce.
start.
Oh,
Abopcast
well,
yeah,
19.
I'm Luke.
I'm Alex.
Connor.
You know.
You know,
Natty.
you know what it is. I'm Robin.
You know me, Steve.
Easy going.
Easy going.
I feel like we should all introduce ourselves if we were rappers now. Just like, hey, Robin, Big Two, you know what it is. Back up in this.
Or better yet, introduce ourselves as wrestlers, so we'll spend 3 minutes going like this to our song.
I'm from over there.
I'm going over here.
Oh,
Can you smell what
And we'll have
this is a
stupid...
Bobcast. What?
18.
Yeah.
I thought it was
19.
19.
no idea.
It's 19, yeah.
Oh shit.
Sweet 19. I did a Wallace. Jeez, Romans.
Yeah.
Curse of the Were-Rabbit is such a good movie.
Fucking awesome.
I love
I
that
remember
movie.
watching that as a
Oh,
kid with my
it's
parents.
so fun.
It's so.
It's not as
fun.
good as the
It's just
original
fun.
ones, though.
I don't even remember what was.
Oh wait,
Yeah, I think
It
it
might
is.
have better.
The original ones weren't actual movies, so this was the one that was.
Well, wasn't there one that was
Aardman
almost
does
a
really
full
good
movie?
animated movies.
Chicken
I still
Run?
haven't seen Pirates Band of Misfits, which I've been dying to see, like ever since. Like I've been putting it off.
Oh, that sounds familiar, actually.
Yeah, it came out like 2011 or 2012.
What is it?
It's just an animated claymation movie about pirates, and it's a silly comedy.
But it's like the main pirate is like inept, right?
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
the most
okay.
useless pirate of all time.
Yeah.
They also did Chicken Run.
Yeah.
Chicken Run was good.
Yeah.
Chicken Run's awesome. Chicken Run's
It's a
awesome.
classic. It's a classic movie. Everyone loves
is.
Chicken Run.
Oh, Chicken Run.
I still
thinking
need to
Chicken
see
Little.
Paranorman just because.
Chicken Little.
Oh, I want to see
Yeah.
Paranorman.
Nah.
I haven't seen Paranorman.
Could-
either.
No,
Because
No,
apparently
it
it
does
was
not
like
look good
good.
at all.
Yeah.
The animation was really good. or
Wait,
whatever.
wasn't that like animation like Friday night
Yeah,
before
it
Friday
looks
night
kinda
before
like that.
Christmas?
Yeah, it was like
Before
for Friday.
like fucking Ice Cube.
Thursday.
Yeah, it was like kind of like the stop motion
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. Stop motion.
like
cool.
Pingu?
But I think the
Oh, dang.
single stop motion movie that I want to see the most is
Pingu.
Penny
Oh,
Village.
Newt, fuck.
There's this like really fucking crazy, stupid French stop motion film about a horse and a cowboy who are best friends in like some weird world. I guess a world occupied by toys. I guess, and then
Toy Story?
his friends try to order him a barbecue. This is the plot movie. This is the synopsis of the plot. His friends try to order him a barbecue, but accidentally order 1,000,000 bricks. So they have all these misadventures as a result of trying to hide these bricks from them. And it's like the weirdest, stupid movie. And I want to see it so badly.
Okay, the weirdest stupid movie was Snowpiercer.
No,
Holy
we
shit.
watched a bad edit of it. I swear to fucking God.
No, but
we watched
even
a
no,
bad edit of it.
even without the bad CG, just
No,
the
but it was
plot-
also bad edit. I think
the
maybe
plot was
maybe.
so
What is it?
strange.
What's it about?
It
It
was
was-
okay. It was weird.
It was really weird, and I
But
could get like
I don't
some of
think
the
it was
artistic-
dumb.
No, okay, sorry. Okay, it wasn't dumb. It was very, very
was
strange.
weird, yeah.
It was very strange, and it didn't seem like it had a purpose for most of it. But like the whole fish thing with the axe, like I didn't get that.
Well, okay. Well, I think so. It's made by I guess a Japanese director or Korean director.
I believe.
And I think the
thing.
Korean like subtext flew.
Probably, but
And
basically,
it was like praised by. It was really praised by critics.
well, I didn't hate
We
it.
wa-
It was
we
just-
watched
I didn't
it-
understand
We
it.
watched it not legally acquired version of the film because we don't.
Yeah.
It's not playing in our city, and it had like really bad CG.
Like PlayStation 1 level graphics.
Like it was like
It was bad.
noticeably
Like you remember,
bad.
there's this one part where you see like this big vat full of bugs, and it's kind of like orange and yellow. Do you remember the lava in Aladdin? What that looked like? That's what it looked like. That's how bad it was.
It was pretty bad.
So basically, the
Like
synopsis of the
Birdemic
movie is there's this world gets frozen because humans are bad at like climate control. So someone builds a train that goes around the whole world, and it's like everyone gets on this train, and
Well,
that's
not
it.
everybody.
Oh, wait.
They basically
Polar
say
Express.
yeah, they say, yeah, exactly. And to
Everybody
Tom
is Tom Hanks.
Yeah, everyone's Tom Hanks. And so basically, the last vestige of humanity is on this train, and then there's like the rich people in front and the poor people in the back. So the poor people kill all the rich people and get up to the front at the end.
Yeah, I saw
The way
that.
I think it might have been mostly the way it was filmed, but you could maybe it wasn't the way it was filmed, but maybe just the story. You can tell like it was based on a graphic novel. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure it's based
Yeah,
on a
it's
graphic novel.
starring Captain America.
Well, it might
Oh,
not have been.
Chris
It
Evans.
might not
Yeah,
have
he
been
actually
based
did a
on,
great
but
job.
it
I
could
was
have been like
really impressed, but
the director wanted to look like one
I
potentially.
need to see it.
But it was based on something.
it was interesting. That's the best way I can describe
There
it.
were I don't know. I was entertained throughout,
Oh, yeah.
and I certainly don't regret watching it. But
Yeah.
that CG was bad. But that
The
was
CG didn't help, but overall, I just found like a lot of the
It was
choices
weird.
very strange.
It was weird.
Especially some of the directors.
But it's cool though because it's like we're still talking about it. That
Exactly.
doesn't happen often with movies where it's
Exactly.
like if they're
Doesn't
just
it?
like really predictable.
I think you're talking about every movie you've ever seen. Like,
Oh, the main problem I had with it was Ed Harris. He seemed so bored.
Yeah.
Like his performance was just he wasn't there.
I don't know. Maybe you could attribute that to his character being just like generally fed up and old and Ed Harris.
That's true.
I still can't get over like the Your Movie Sucks for Amazing Spider-Man 2. I still feel like so bad for liking that movie because
Oh,
I
I
still
haven't
love
seen
it.
it.
I enjoyed it.
I don't know.
It was
I thought
fun.
his thing was totally fine, and I still loved the movie for the reasons he said. Basically,
Yeah.
it was like
Everyone just
Everything
seems
You
so
didn't actually
pointed
love
out.
the movie.
You
didn't
shouldn't
actually
yeah,
like
oh
the
my
movie.
God, you shouldn't give them money though because all they're trying to do, they don't give a fuck.
They don't
just
give a
don't.
fuck.
I don't give a fuck.
But they don't want it to give it back to
You paid
Marvel,
for it, though.
and
I don't
Marvel,
give a
like
fuck.
Marvel cares. because it's their thing.
It was
Yeah, I guess
a
Sony
good
doesn't
movie.
give a fuck.
I don't know.
Sony
It's
does
just
a good
Marvel
job.
care.
Yes,
they're,
it's their own
they're
thing.
pooping out like so many movies that I don't know.
Because they're
Superheroes
superheroes
are. I don't really
Why
like
Thor
superhero
2
movies.
came out? I
so-
did not see Thor 2 because it just seemed
Thor
dumb.
2 was real good.
I love Thor 2. It was
I
Thor
didn't
2.
see it.
Or Iron Man 3.
I don't give a shit about
Iron
or
Thor,
Man?
so-
Captain America.
I didn't
No,
see
Captain America
I didn't see
2.
Thor
Captain
1
America 2
until
is
after...
the best one. It's better than
It's the
any
best
of the other
Marvel,
ones.
Marvel movie.
I remember
of
thinking
all.
that actually. I remember
It's-
thinking, wow, this
I'd have
is
to
a
say
super
it's
movie I
good.
almost
Yeah,
kind of
like if
The
the top
cinematog-
3,
oh man, it's
or if
great.
the top 2 were Avengers and the original Iron Man, Captain America 2 beats.
See, I didn't
all
even
both
think
of those.
Avengers was that good. I was bored.
Oh, you
I
actually
didn't really
watched
think
it?
Avengers
I
was that
saw
good
it so
either.
many times.
Everyone was like,
Yeah.
man, it had so many good funny parts. It's
I
like,
honestly got bored throughout it, like in the last part.
I think it was
just
more
like, when's
comedic
gonna
than it
end?
was like actiony or
Yeah.
like even the story wasn't really driven.
Well, that's
too
what they all. That's what they all shoot for. They all shoot for like a fair bit of comedy. within
Yeah.
Well,
them.
no, some more than others, though.
Yeah.
I liked Aquaman the best.
They need to make an
Yo,
Aquaman.
I'd
The,
be down for an Aquaman movie. Aquaman's cool.
Yeah.
He is dope.
Yeah,
They gotta get like beard
Stupid as
eye
fuck, he
patch on
talks
to
to
come
fish.
right in the
He
fucking
doesn't talk to
Kraken.
fish. He
Yeah.
commands fish to do his
No,
bidding.
yeah,
That's
no,
cool.
you ever see the Justice
No.
League where he rides in on the fucking Kraken?
Yeah.
That's fucking cool.
Okay,
Cool
well,
as
so
hell.
superpower is to make the Kraken exist all of a sudden.
Yeah, man.
No,
He's
no,
Aquaman.
okay,
He
it's
lives in
cool.
fucking Atlantis.
Yeah, he could just be like,
they
hey,
need
by
to
the
make
way,
more
you're
movie,
eaten
I
by a
think.
shark now.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, but not on land.
Yeah, but
He's
around
gonna
the
fucking
ocean.
throw a shark at
Okay,
you.
so
That's
as
the
long as
only
it's
shark.
stay at least
over
1
back
yards
over
from
it.
water.
Have you ever heard
Stay.
of Ghost Shark? You can command fucking Ghost Shark, bitch. And
What?
get out
Ghost sharks?
Sharknadoes. So we can
Yeah, it's
fucking
supposed
cut
to be
through the
Sharknado.
Sharknado.
Okay,
It's
well,
like-
you can't command the fucking weather.
the
No, but
sharks
it
are
just
doing
so
it.
happens there's a Sharknado. He's
But
down
there's
there.
so many
Ocean
fast
currents
sharks.
control weather.
Boom.
What?
But he doesn't control
Yeah, but he
it.
doesn't control the ocean. He just, unless he's like, fish, swim right. Fish, swim left.
Oh,
Like, that's like
Everything,
oh,
all
the
the
fish
fish
go
swim
basically
really
like
rapidly
swim in a
in a
circle.
circle.
Maelstrom. Ah.
Although they wouldn't swim fast enough, so fuck Aquaman.
But like,
Fuck off.
I think-
Batman only protects Gotham, so you can just do crime in the neighboring city and you're fine.
Metropolis.
Yeah. Well, that's Superman.
That's
That's,
Superman.
that's even worse.
What about like Oklahoma? Like
Los
Hey, who
Angeles.
gives shit? Nothing happens in Oklahoma anyway. Nothing happens except the musical Oklahoma.
Aquaman's in the Justice
And
League.
even that's
Yes.
debatable.
Oh yeah, except for the
Except
OKC,
the bomber.
the OKC bombing. Yes.
No one talks about
Did you just like mimic it out instead of like actually saying
just went-
it?
like,
Is Aquaman going to be in the Justice League movie?
No.
No,
They should like just not mention him at all throughout the entire thing.
They have
At
him
the
come at
very
the
end,
end.
the very end,
He's
they're
like,
like
so-
the bad
and
guys
he's
backing
swimming
up
in
to
the
the
ocean.
ocean,
And he rides
and
a
he's
shark.
like, "Rah!" He's like, "I saved the day, guys."
It's like great
That'd be
Blue
cool.
Sea kind of style. It just comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd
We
be
need
awesome.
Samuel L.
Aquaman.
Jackson.
He
he just goes around high five everyone.
Like, I like no Michael music.
Cera.
Just like
Oh
Aquaman.
man.
We'll see you guys later. I got a party. He just
That's
goes
cool.
oh,
That'd be
I got a thing. I got a thing in the Atlantic Ocean. I gotta go.
Oh.
See you guys.
That'd be
It's
awesome.
awesome.
Like,
Great
Michael
movie.
Cera
Good job.
straddling like a great white shark with a trident, like the orange suit. He's like,
yeah,
wow.
I think they should just have him at the bottom of the ocean, like, you guys still like me, right?
Why don't they make good movies?
can we
Because that
play
would just
cards?
make any movie really good.
Well,
Aquaman at the end.
DC is really hard to make movies for because all their superheroes are like unbeatable. They have no weaknesses. Basically.
Except for Wonder Woman's is being tied up by a man.
Yeah. dude. Oh man.
Which is the worst
I want.
thing
Yeah,
ever.
if Batman versus Superman, that would be awesome. If it's
Well,
like,
she shows up.
yeah, she said that, and then he's like ties her up. She's like, oh no. God damn it.
She's
Not
like,
again.
she's almost literally a goddess, but you know, she gets tied up by a man. Game over.
But it's hard to do.
Yeah, because she's got a lasso of truth
And an invisible jet.
And she's strong as fuck. Also,
Yeah.
she's
And-
got super strength.
and impenetrable bracers.
Oh yeah, her lasso makes people tell the truth, right? So maybe like she'll settle the score between Superman and Batman at the end. Gonna be like, oh,
No,
I,
if you
I
want
love
a good
him.
Superman versus Batman
Uh,
movie, watch fucking The Dark Knight Returns, because that's already out, and it's a great animated movie.
Okay.
That came out like in 2012. And it's really cool, and it has, because it's based off the comic or the graphic novel.
Why
Batman,
is
The
Superman
Dark Knight
mad at
Returns.
Batman?
Because Superman is he's committed to the president of the United States. And the president
He's committed to the Lord.
he has an alliance with the American government, but Batman doesn't have an alliance with the American government.
He's a
and then
vigilante.
The president gets, because they're like Superman and Batman are like mutually respectful, kind of like almost foes, but also allies because they're kind of good.
They're
but
frenemies.
yeah.
Well, Batman's
exactly.
like, okay, if you ever, because he knows that
Yeah, yeah,
Superman's
that's one thing I was
ridiculous.
thinking,
So
is, like-
Batman's like, okay, if you ever go crazy, I know how to kill you because I'm fucking Batman.
Yeah,
It's
that's
I
kind
have
of what I
kryptonite
got.
bullets,
Thought
yeah,
it was
exactly.
because like I know.
And then Batman just makes like a nuclear suit to fight Superman with,
Yeah, exactly.
and it's a fucking cool movie. So is Batman Year One. That is Bryan Cranston
Oh, man, that was-
voicing.
Oh, you're
Ryan.
one like the Jack Black movie, yeah.
Oh
Oh god, what
Batman.
a pile of
I never saw that.
stupid
It was just
garbage.
poop jokes.
Yeah, all I remember
Don't
about that
bother.
movie is he looks over at the girl he likes and she's like double fisting 2 spears, and it's
Yeah.
like, oh, she's giving
Oh.
guys hand jobs.
It's so bad,
That's
so
all
bad,
I
so
remember.
Very bad.
Like if you're
But
13,
put that
you might
bad in
find
it. As Jesus.
Have you guys still seen A Million Ways to Die in the West?
Yes.
We talked about that.
Waste of time. Absolutely.
Okay, I think the first half an hour was super fucking funny.
Yeah, that's true. The
I
first half hour.
love the rant when he's like ranting about how shitty the West is. He's
Yes.
like, "That is our mayor.
Yeah.
He has been laying there dead for 3
The
days."
highest ranking official in our town has been a dead guy. Yeah, no, that was like the funniest
That
part
was the
of
best
whole
part.
movie.
I cried.
After
I laughed
that,
so
it
hard.
went
After that, it went
way downhill
Yeah.
really quick.
I believe
really
that. That
quickly.
makes sense.
Yeah, it's Seth MacFarlane.
Yeah,
So.
so.
It's like
He's really smart and he can
he's
make it
smart.
so good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But it's I
But
don't
he
think
chooses
he's not
not to.
suited for
Well,
movies.
like there's
Yeah.
Ted was good. I liked
there's
Ted.
a 5
I haven't
minute
seen Ted.
part of with Neil Patrick Harris shitting in a hat. Like almost 5 whole minutes of
Did
it.
it have Conway Twitty?
No. So it's just like that's the level of humor that comes in near the end of the movie, which sucked. I didn't appreciate that.
It was poop humor, wasn't it?
First 2 seasons of Family Guy. Am I right? They were actually excellent.
I still
Everything
It
after
was
that
still
wasn't
good for a
great.
while.
I never watched
I don't know.
Family
You
Guy
guys,
too
like,
much.
I
It obviously went
Simpsons
downhill,
Family
No,
Guy
I
thing.
thought Family Guy
Lasted
worked
for a
in
while.
reverse because like The Simpsons is okay, great, and then for a while.
I thought
And now
it was
it's okay.
I thought it was
again.
great, then worse.
Well,
worse, not worse, worse.
it's okay at the beginning because they have that weird, bizarre
The animation.
animation,
Fuck
and
where
then
they're
it
like
gets great.
kind of green.
Yeah.
It seems.
Yeah.
And the mouths move kind of like.
Well, because on the Tracy Ullman show or whatever,
Yeah.
it's like just weird. But like,
Well,
it's,
none of like I haven't seen anything from the Tracy Ullman show because those were just like 5 minutes.
Yeah,
it's
they're
really
like
hard to
short.
watch.
but it's
actually.
like the first season or 2 are like they're good, they're fine. But then 3 through I think it's like 6 or
Yeah.
6 or 7 are amazing.
It's where all
yeah,
the
like
classic
like
ones,
like
yeah.
late
All the
'80s, early
Yeah.
'90s was
It's
like
where most of the
Simpsons
classics
peak.
Still the
comes
classics
from.
are, and
Yeah.
then like season 9 till 17 or 20 or whatever.
Whatever it's on.
Up until the movie. The movie is okay,
The
and
movie
then
is good.
it gets gradually better. It's not
I
nearly as
disagree
good.
with
I'm not saying it's bad. It's just
What the
I think
movie?
it's I think it's genuinely like
Oh, the
really
Simpsons
good.
movie?
The Simpsons
Simpsons
movie.
It actually
Yeah.
wasn't bad.
Yeah,
It
there's
was
nothing wrong with it.
It's fine.
Whatever.
It's a good movie,
I didn't hate
especially relative to like the
Exactly.
seasons right
Yeah,
before.
exactly.
It was a
Yeah,
really
yeah,
good way to
yeah.
kind of bring it back.
Mhm. But then what I was saying is like I thought The Simpsons goes good, great, whatever. But I thought Family Guy was like okay, and then
No, I think
It
I
got
think I
better
think
over
Family
time,
Guy was like
and then
literally like
bad.
like classic, some of the best animated TV show ever, and then after season 2 was like it just gradually got
I
worse.
still remember
still
thinking
good,
like
just
3,
that.
4, and
Dude,
5
every,
are okay.
dude, every single
Yeah.
episode from season 1 or 2 are ones you remember as
Yeah.
like being good
Yeah.
No,
episodes.
3, 4, and 5 were all okay, but after that, it
I know. I'm
just-
not saying they got bad.
Oh, no,
Like,
no, but-
I don't think even now it's technically bad. I just
Yeah.
don't
I don't
watch
know, I
it
think
because
they just run
I'm
out
just
of
not
the jokes.
motivated.
I
Really,
think
like-
me getting into Family Guy was like I watched. I forget what season was. Season 9 or whatever,
Mm.
where they start out like in like the mansion. And it was like a little murder story and stuff.
oh yeah.
I watched that because someone recommended it to me, and I was like, "This is really like." Eh.
Yeah.
You know that they're doing that
Understand all the
crossover thing?
Yeah,
Simpsons
yeah.
Family
Yeah,
Guy.
I saw that. It's fine.
Yeah.
The
I
one
thought
the
the
I did
trailer
think
was
that
like-
comment
I'm
was
gonna watch
funny
it.
from
Bob's Burgers.
Bob's Burgers.
No,
yeah.
no.
I was gonna say that's the only
I
part
need
that
to
made me
watch
like
it.
laugh pretty hard.
That was really funny. What the hell is he doing?
That's pretty funny, actually.
I was thinking because I can't remember that Al Jean was talking about like the Simpsons guy was
Yeah.
talking about that, and he said the Family Guy writers wrote all of it, and they walked in to try to make like a couple of edits, and they said, "Could you just remove one rape joke?" And the Family Guy people are just like, "No."
Yeah, it was
that-
something I noticed. I was like,
yeah.
how are the Simpsons audience gonna feel
Yeah,
if they don't watch Family Guy?
that
And
rape
Stewie's
joke
like,
was-
rape.
Well,
What was the rape
they
joke?
prank call Mo, and Bart says something
itchy
like
butt or
in-
whatever.
Something-
pee on my butt or whatever.
Leaky bum.
Leaky, yeah. And then Stewie phones him and is like, I have your sister, I'm gonna rape her.
No, he
Or
says
whatever.
your sister's gonna get raped or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's like Jesus, like
That's
that's
completely unnecessary.
That's not even a joke. That's just
Oh yeah, but it's
exactly.
like that's
Like,
Stewie,
because
right?
they flirt around with like rape stuff
Well,
with
there
like
was-
Quagmire or
Flirt
whatever,
with
right?
rape.
Oh, but there were
good
some
words
weird
together.
episodes in like season 7. Like there's one where Brian does mushrooms and cuts off his ear.
Oh yeah.
Like his whole
Yeah,
trip is
that
fucking
is
weird.
pretty
And there's the one where Quagmire's sister shows up and she's in an abusive relationship,
Oh,
and the
man,
whole
yeah.
episode is just
Oh,
not
yeah.
funny.
And they try and murder him.
Yeah, and
because
then-
he's so bad.
Yeah, and then Quagmire fucking kills the guy with his car.
Yeah.
It's like, holy shit, that was a dark episode. There was one joke
I
in the whole
thought,
episode.
isn't that the episode though where Brian tries to become friends with Quagmire?
No.
I like
that one's funny.
That
I
episode's
like
really
that
funny
moment.
because he like
It's
shows
like 4
up.
minutes of Quagmire like berating
Talking-
the shit out
yeah.
of Brian.
No.
How do planes work? How do those fly? I'm gonna tell you how an airplane flies.
But it's like he shows up and then his sister's there and he comes outside when her husband is beating her and he's like, "You see that, Brian? She's getting savagely beaten right now," and she's like screaming in the background. And it's like, calm down.
Yeah, no, it was a rough thing to watch.
I think they got a lot of people were like, "Oh, that's so bad that they're doing that." But it's like portraying that's not a bad thing. If anything, it's good.
Oh, it was just
like
it wasn't funny at all.
well, I
It was
mean,
really dark.
it's not funny, but
Sorry,
like,
let's
everyone's like,
quote that. If anything, beating women is good.
No,
if anything,
because everyone
Usually
watches
it
it,
doesn't
they're
do
like, "Wow,
anything.
this is horrible," and then it's like, "Wow, beating women is bad."
I don't
That's the
think-
message of the episode.
I don't think anybody took like, holy shit, I've been beating my wife.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
Thank you
But
for
still,
showing me this was not
But
something
still,
I'm
it's
supposed
like-
to do.
I swear to God, that's a Bill Burr bit. He does it with stand-up.
but I do agree with that, though. It is true.
was it about Family Guy? That's
No,
why I
no,
needed
what's about
Family Guy to
It's
tell
like
me
he's saying
this.
like
Yeah.
people. We shouldn't say like we need to bother like teaching people don't beat your wives because nobody's gonna be like, oh, upsy daisy, oh no.
I love Bill Burr. Holy
Yeah,
shit,
it's
it's
really
really
so
great.
good.
I love
That
his
was-
bit about the gun, where he's just like, we have to take apart the gun and put it in different places in the house.
My favorite thing is when
Where's the scope, honey? It's in the living room. The killer's in the living room. It's the best thing.
My favorite thing is when he's in Philadelphia or Pittsburgh
Yes!
or whatever.
Oh my God, that's
Oh,
the best
yeah.
stand-up
Oh, yeah.
It's like
ever.
15 minutes talking about how shitty the city is and how much
Oh my
of a
God,
cunt
that was
everyone in
such a
the audience
perfect
is.
rant. Like
Yeah.
that made me like respect the shit
He's
out
like,
of him.
6 minutes left. All right, let's talk about Mario
He
Mother's a
talks-
whore.
he's like, you guys had a real boxer, Joe Frazier here, but you won't put a statue of him because he's black. Instead, you put a fucking fictional boxer, Rocky Balboa. You make a statue of this guy.
Yeah. Oh, it was so good because they had been. Do you know the story about that?
They just were a
I've
shitty
seen
audience.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're just,
oh.
people were heckling him or whatever.
No,
But he
heckling-
won them over.
No, it was
Yeah.
basically the audience.
Yeah,
was
they
heckling
took Philadelphia
everyone.
away.
They were all drunk and belligerent and making like just forcing people off the stage like the
Yeah,
whole
it's not
time.
being a good
and so he
audience.
comes out and is like, "Fuck you!" the whole time. It was
Yeah.
great. So yeah, I liked it. So yeah.
So me and Matt were live streaming last night, and then we were really bored playing Cards Against Humanity,
Because everyone fucking sucks.
and
Just
but
put
then
that
we
out
were
there.
just using.
Doesn't that game get old like really
Yes.
quick?
Yeah, I know. I don't think I ever
just
wanna play it
realized
again.
that. The
Like, it's
humor's
so
already
fucking
built
old.
in.
The only
so
thing
it's
that
not gonna stay
improves it
fun.
is like online they have a
expansions.
ton of expansion packs,
Oh,
and if
okay.
it's things that you like, movies or something that it's
So,
like.
tangent. What was
yeah.
the game that we played at Charlotte's house? The one with you
Apples
had
to apples?
No,
Or
but you had to write down your
Oh,
own.
it's what? It's
Is that
literally
what it's
called what?
Yeah, what? That one's fun.
What was? I think it was what? It might have been a different game though.
What-
I think it was
what-
when.
what- what-
That was the joke we made the entire time. Just like, what's this
But
game
no,
called?
what's really fun because it's basically the same thing, except the person has to come up with a question about someone who's playing, and then everyone else has to answer. And you try
Oh,
to
that sounds
guess
cool.
who answered what, or like
What?
whose answer came from who, right?
Oh,
So
okay,
it's like,
so it's similar to Balderdash, but
Okay.
you don't have the cards already.
yeah, so it's like Cards Against Humanity. Like
That's the
you
kind of
can
thing
say,
we could like
stupid
easily
stuff,
do
but
in the
yeah, it's
podcast.
cool.
Actually,
Yeah,
almost.
I remember doing that because you write down these stupid, fucked up definitions the way
Exactly.
you would in Balderdash, but they're actually possible. So yeah, it was
Mhm.
good.
Cool.
That's fun. But
But
sorry,
yeah, so
go
I
on
go-
about
yeah.
I
I
was
interrupted
saying
the
what
shit out
we
of
ended
you.
up doing was just taking like random bits of cards as inspiration for like, if you were to have sex, a girl comes up to you and she wants to have sex with you and she's like a 9 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10, but she has this random fetish. Like he mentioned, like licking tears. What if like she's really good in bed, she's really hot, but she'll only do it if she can cry the entire time. And
I'm
you'll-
so
and you
fucking
will
in.
lick her tears. You will lick her tears.
I
Like,
have
we
to
just
lick
kept
hers,
coming up with
so-
weird fetishes based
You
on
know
Cards
what?
Against Humanity cards.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
is it that bad? You don't ever have to talk to her
That's
again.
so
Not
good.
necessarily.
Nothing wrong with fucking tears. They're just like
It's
salt
salty,
water.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's the fact that like
But
every
it's like-
time one
no,
starts
'cause
coming
the
out,
last
like what
time
happens if you
Well,
miss?
no, I mean, it's like you just kind of at the end, I guess.
He's kinda like
Kinda
constantly
you
licking
cut
If
it
you
up.
miss one, she tears your penis off.
That's what I'm thinking.
But the last time we weren't talking about just once though. We
Then
were,
she
like,
gets to lick
kinda
your
like,
tears.
We were talking
You can
about
lie
relationship
to your
wise.
You have the option of continuing the relationship if you want
She
to.
cries every
Yes.
time. Fuck yeah.
But like,
Coincidentally, we found the one fetish Connor has too.
wouldn't she get tired of it, or wouldn't you get tired of it though?
Wouldn't she
She'd
get
be like,
dehydrated?
she'd never be into it. She'd always be
That's
like
like pouring water into her. Hook
crying.
up to an IV.
Yeah.
I don't think I would
It's
want
like
to
a
do that because
ceiling
I'm a
fan.
sympathy crier, so I feel like I would start crying too.
It's like, oh God.
As we guys both just look at each other's faces and cry. We're not even having sex anymore. You're just embracing each other and licking each other's face.
We're just 69.
Yeah, it's 69 faces because. Wait, but then
It's like the
someone's tears
it's
wouldn't go down though.
It's
You'd
like-
have to
no,
both
we're
be
like-
like sideways.
It's like the
Spider-Man
Spider-Man
in her,
kiss.
yeah.
Split.
But she'd have to.
But then your tears would go. Oh god.
Yeah, because your tears would go like this if you were upside down, and she'd be licking your forehead. Yeah.
What do you have to have?
I
your
get off
face
on
And you'd
upside
be
down?
crying into each other's eyes.
The kid
that-
from
Yeah,
Mask.
yeah.
What?
So make up with Rocky Dennis.
Make up with Rocky Dennis. Yeah.
What if she made you wear a mask
Of Rocky Dennis.
He
Rocky
always wears
Dennis.
a mask.
The mask thing. I
A
was
mask
like,
of
no,
mask
I don't
for
really
sure.
She always wear a mask. Depends on the mask.
Wait,
Saying
the
a
mask.
mask. Saying
Like,
a
Yeah, you
mask.
have, to,
Jerry,
you have to look and act like the mask during it.
Oh,
you have to like.
Wait, he isn't.
Wait,
he's not mentally retarded or anything.
No, but she acts like the mask all the time.
But then
she's really
She's
hot.
just like smoky.
Oh, that the mask.
Yeah,
No, not mask.
Rocky Dennis.
The
Not mask.
But Rocky Dennis is nice. That's the point.
Yeah, well, no,
Just
but he
like
acts like
Rocky
the
Dennis.
mask rather than just mask.
Like, you know what's funny about the mask is that it's such like it's such no, it's such like a wacky movie. But if like the original comics are like fucking dark and violent as shit, like he would just murder people like all the time.
And then they made
Nobody
Son of the Mask.
and then his son and the original Son of the Mask, the baby murdered people all the time. I'm lying.
That's what the joke. Oh, really?
It seems like that was a thing.
I believed it. Yeah. You know that in the original Mask, Rocky Dennis actually just murdered people. He was an actual lion, and he was people's
Oh, I thought he crushed them with his forehead. It's like, hey, come here.
His head weighs 40 pounds. So.
He like headbutts people, their head just explode.
Okay, what if she had one hand that weighed 40 pounds? Like it was just like elephantitis. Like,
Wait,
Just
so
leave
is
it on the
head
side.
big or is it regular size and really heavy?
Is she a white
No,
knuckler?
it's really big and gross looking.
With
But
that
that's
hand,
good hand. With that hand,
you crush
she's
your
white
penis.
knuckling.
Definitely no.
Am I allowed to cover it with like a #1 foam finger or something?
Because that would just be cool.
Yeah. She's got like
The
giant.
Jeep
Oh, yeah,
Really
maybe
jacked.
but wait, but is she really strong?
She's gonna end up looking like Quasimodo because her shoulders are gonna be fucking
Or is it
huge.
like a
She's gonna-
Popeye?
It's just like-
She's just got Popeye.
She just had Popeye for him because she's not strong.
Oh, she's got like tumors.
So just like she just like drags her hand everywhere she goes. Like we're #1. Not a very like very excited
Sometimes
#1.
my tumors speak to me. Like it'd be really, really fucking weird.
I would say yes because she could stimulate your prostate better than anyone ever has had their
Yeah,
prostate
and gape
stimulated.
your asshole at the same time.
Yeah, and like and
It's like-
kill you, and you
it's
would
like-
die.
But it would be the
Sometimes
best sex
worth
you've
it.
ever had.
It'd be like sex with that girl in Mass Effect who kills you when you have
Effect?
sex with them.
What?
There's that character in Mass Effect who's like,
Jack?
no, not Jack.
The
There's like,
robot.
I don't know. It's a fucking blue person who, and you have
Oh,
sex. with,
Liara?
she has sex with people and then kills them.
Oh,
the Blue
yes.
Widow.
Sorry, she's not a main character. She's
Yeah, yeah,
from Mass
yeah.
Effect 2. What is her name?
And like,
Eiffel 65.
and
Samara's
they actually
the
give you the
woman
option
who
of just
helps
having
you.
sex
Samara's
first
just-
and getting a game over,
and you just
and I
lose.
totally did it. It's like,
What is
oh,
her
what
name?
the-
I don't remember.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't remember the name.
Because
Yeah, she's like the assassin, basically.
you fucked
Yes.
her on the.
Right in the pussy. I'm sorry.
That fucking city planet
Yeah.
or whatever, or that club planet.
Yeah, it's the club planet.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm blanking out real hard.
That's all
It
good.
doesn't matter. It was Mass Effect 2.
Matters to me.
It does not matter to anyone else.
Okay, would you do it with her if she insisted that you had to listen to "Fuck her right in the pussy" on repeat the whole time?
Absolutely.
Fuck
Are
her
you
right in the
kidding me?
pussy.
That would give it
Yeah.
so fucking
Yeah.
much.
I was so hyped.
That would be like, that'd be like you have a jockey on your back, like whipping you on, just like, yeah, I'm gonna fuck her right in the pussy. Thanks for the
I had one
motivation.
that actually. I had one that was kind of okay. What if they're like a guy?
No.
Wait.
If they're like a guy, if they're actually.
No, if they're
you're
they're a
right.
guy until you have sex with them, then they turn into like a 10 out of 10 fucking hot.
Oh,
ass
that's
Does it turn back to a guy?
Yeah, right
Yeah.
after.
Like
But
right
then-
after.
So she's like
That would
You
be
fucked a
weird.
dude and you just imagined it was a girl.
What if I like spooning afterward? Then it's like, oh yeah, you're a.
No, I
Oh,
think
you're
until
still
you
hot,
leave-
you're
I
hairy.
think until you leave the threshold of the bed.
What?
Like if you,
How do you spoon
She gets
a
up to get a
penis?
glass of water.
You
No!
don't.
Well, no, but you're in the back. How do you feel the penis?
Well, you're-
Okay, well they
You
still
actually
can't.
cut
Spooning
out
like
really
this,
low.
like
Yeah, but they're
Spoon
not
up
gonna.
and down.
You're still
There's
like.
a spoon range.
What if my hand like goes near genital area?
Besides,
Then there's a penis.
The what he said didn't really imply that he was actually touching the piece. So it's like, you have a penis.
Just you know
and
it's
he keeps
there.
touching.
Like
I
okay.
guess.
like
Yeah.
he's
The-
a
the
total
penis-
bro and you get to
secondary.
children and you have a great time because you're like best friends, but then you like you're like, oh shit, I'm bored, let's have sex.
If
And
I
you turn
did that,
this
I would
hot-ass
rather just be
woman.
gay, because it'd be easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, but wouldn't that guy be a
It
little
wouldn't be
weird?
easy.
Wait, wouldn't
Because
have.
You're not turning into a woman for him, so he's gonna. What kind of weird guy?
No,
It's
it's a
gonna
woman.
be-
that turns-
Bisexual.
It's a woman that looks like a guy until
But
he
he's
has
like,
sex.
I don't know.
Oh,
he's
it was
being
always a
dishonest
woman?
here.
But
Always a
does,
woman.
So it's like
doesn't
that
have a
old
penis.
Hagen D&D that's actually just a dragon.
I'd fuck a dragon.
Holy
Dragon's
shit!
fucking
You scaly fuck. Get out of here.
Scaly. Yeah.
Scaly?
Don't call me out on the podcast.
Scaly
Come on.
The scaly triangle.
The
scaly
scaly triangle.
What if she wanted
The scaly triangle.
Fuck!
What the fuck?
It's the
Search,
scaly triangle.
like AH, the scalene triangle.
If you put it'll be the first thing that
the-
pops
It's the
up.
best
yeah.
50 seconds of
It's
your life.
totally worth it.
Okay, I'll have to watch it.
I was gonna. Oh, what if you had to wear a fedora the whole time and constantly be like,
Or
the
the
lady?
lady.
Oh, the lady? The lady?
No, I'm good.
We're reaching another euphoria level. Totally.
No,
Yeah, you can take it off after,
I
right?
don't know. It'd be worth a
No,
shot.
forever. It's like
Stuck
so
to your head.
attached to your head.
Then I'd
It's
pass.
like that Goosebumps story, like what's that mask? The haunted mask, except the haunted fedora.
It's like,
That's a scary story, dude. I remember getting
That's a
genuinely
scary
scared by
story.
that. Like the mask fused to her face, and she's like, "Oh my god, I can't get it off."
Yeah.
I was like, "You gotta get it off, because that's terrible if you can't."
The second one ended very good.
I don't remember. I didn't read
Very
the
well.
second
It
one.
did
It-
very
it was-
good.
It was a really like it was like the old guy mask or whatever, and then she goes to like a Halloween
Yeah.
costume store.
Oh my god, I think I
and in
did
the basement,
read
and
it,
then like
actually.
the other half of the costume comes out of a box and like joins with the mask and just like walks away. Like she had to join the mask with its home, which was like the rest of the costume.
that'd be horribly terrifying.
You know, I appreciated, despite them being like generally just shitty stories, like they always had like
What, the
cool
Goosebumps?
endings
Yeah.
that were like
I liked the
they were never happy endings.
Like
they were
the
always like
Dummy Nightmare,
shitty endings,
whatever
but
that
they
was.
were cool endings.
yeah, the Night of the Living Dummy. I liked that.
I think I
that
read
one
like
actually scared
I
me.
read like a ton of those books. I read,
I
probably,
read
like
so
50
many of those.
Goosebumps books.
I had a bunch of them at home, but I'm such a pussy. I don't think I read any of them.
Yeah, I never read a single one.
Yeah,
And
I
I
read
don't
one
even think
and
it was
it was
because I was
just so,
scared. I hated the font. I thought they looked really douchey.
Oh my god!
So I never
Whenever
read
the
it.
Goosebumps TV show came on, I was actually genuinely scared by like the intro sequence. Like, you remember that?
The dog police.
Did you ever read his first series, Fear Street, where it's like it's literally
I think I read one of those books.
every single protagonist is just a helpless woman,
Yeah.
like just a helpless.
Yeah, it's like a teen fiction
yeah.
one.
Except for the one where the chick goes crazy and starts burning shit.
yeah.
That one was
I
fun.
I
read a
read
lot of
like
those, actually.
there was he did Choose Your Adventure books as well.
Mhm.
I read
Those
a
were
few
good.
of
I
those.
liked those.
Yeah, those were good.
Some
Those
of them
ones
were
scared me the
ridiculous. We
most.
talked about this before, like the one where you're at like the carnival or whatever, and then the guy puts you in the room with all the feathers, and you have to literally just be tickled for the rest of your life.
That was the Mad
Mad,
the
Mad
Experiments of
Scientist,
Dr.
whatever, yeah.
Eek.
Yeah,
I
Oh,
remember
not
the
Tickle.
Horrorland one though.
the Horrorland one was
There was
crazy too.
One of the endings was you're in a slide that never stops.
Yeah.
I couldn't stop thinking about like how horrible that would be. Like
the
imagine
tickling one would have been
just
horrible
being
too.
sliding forever. Like that'd be horrible.
It'd be
Oh,
really
that'd
fun
be-
until
that'd
you
be
died of
cool.
Are you
starvation.
kidding me?
That would be horrifying.
No, if I had to choose
I
between
love the
sliding,
slide.
if I had to choose between sliding and tickling, I slide every time.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, duh.
Tickling you
but
eventually
still,
get used to it though.
it's just
Same
that,
with
it's something
sliding.
about
That
it
was just a
just
room
like
full
really
of feathers. You had
disturbed
to
me.
take your fucking shoes off. That was
Oh, so it's just you're in a
So there's
comfortable
a-
room all the
it.
time.
Except for like you like laugh and then you like choke on feathers and die.
Then he made this one like more recent like collection of short stories I remember I read, and it actually like made me like sick, like not like physically, but like like that was like really like
You're saying
scary.
like a lot. Holy shit.
I do that sometimes.
Or something.
Anyway,
You've already said or
I
whatever
feel-
a bunch, and so
Have I?
Yeah.
I don't know. It was like
Fuck
some
it.
story about like a babysitter who makes voodoo like gingerbread men. and
Oh
then-
no, I remember that.
Do you read that?
That was fucking scary
And
as
then
shit.
like she cuts the hair and then her hair all falls
Yeah.
out, and then it was
So
it was actually
weird.
like really scared me.
Like Goosebumps got weird.
It wasn't a Goosebumps book.
It was just an R.L. Stein.
It was just some because he made like a bunch
Yeah, I
of
know.
other
I read a
series
lot of.
other than
I've
He's
Goosebumps.
written
I
far
read
too
his
much
autobiography.
shit.
Yeah.
Not his autobiography. I read his biography
R.L.
though. Like
Stein.
Oh, now they're
R.
making
dot L.
Goosebumps
dot.
movie
are they?
It's
That might be
Diane,
good.
yeah.
with Jack Black as R.L. Stein.
Jesus Christ.
That actually sounds cool, actually. I could
It sounds like you're joking, but I don't
not
think you
joking.
are.
L
R.L. Stein kind
Stein.
of looks like. What's his name?
You can't have Stein
R.L.
on one
Stein
hand.
looks like.
R.
What's his name?
S.
He was
T
in
I.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off. What's that guy's name? Ben Stein.
Ben Stein,
Yeah,
yeah. Win
Ben
Ben
Stein.
Stein's money.
R.L. Stein looks
I
like
love
Ben
that show.
Stein. A little
Kind
bit.
of, yeah. He kind of actually, honestly, kind of does.
Kind of looks like Ben Stein.
That's the worst Ben Stein impression I've ever heard.
It's my best.
I never watched Win Ben Stein's Money. So.
It was a decent show because it was a game show, but it was like comedy.
Yeah.
I like the one where he talks about like being a Jew and like talking about like different religions and stuff. Like that was really. He has a really neat outlook on a lot of like.
He's
things.
a Jewish. Oh, I
He's
guess.
Jewish.
Ben
His name's
Stein.
fucking Stein.
And also look at him.
Look
I'm not saying that's wrong.
Jew.
Wow.
Wow.
Just because I put fucking in front of Jew does not mean I'm being racist.
Yeah. Well, kind of.
Either way, you're the only person in the room who can get away with it.
Because I'm a Jew?
Well, Alex looks Jewish.
Yeah. No, because you're semi-racial.
Because I'm semi-racist.
It's like the one with black hair. Oh, I guess his hair's
And
black.
glasses.
It's dark brown.
Yeah.
You guys are basically just
funny.
different shades of the same person looking at you right now.
Oh my god, it's like I'm looking in a mirror, except the mirror reflection of him.
Okay, everything on her was hot except she had the exact same face as you.
Who? What?
Totally!
Oh,
Holy shit!
No.
Can I just like hold it out and look
That'd
into
be
it?
like extreme solipsism right
Can
there.
I just
Holy
hold it
shit.
out and stare into my eyes the whole time?
It's like horror movie shit.
I'd be fine with that.
Yeah.
No, turn her away.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she's like, you can't look exactly, because otherwise she'd be ugly. Cause
See, we
No,
must
that's
a
I don't want a
right
girl
there.
to look
But
like
then
me.
she's not a 10 out of 10. I guess.
Well,
you're
like
right.
Connor, I'm sure Connor thinks he's fine looking. But if a girl looked like that, she'd be fucking ugly.
Yeah, she would.
She would look
But for a
atrocious.
dude,
Back
fucking
over the
hot.
Yeah, but,
She had that titty.
but if it was like a female version of you, or is it identical?
Identical.
Oh, then she's ugly, so no.
Yeah.
No, man.
Then she's 9 out of 10.
But she's so good in bed.
No, that's only in the bedroom, though. We'll say good.
You know, also really ugly, but extremely good in bed. Probably like fleshlights and shit. So like, it's not about
Flashlights
being
are
good
fucking
in bed.
attractive
I
as
don't know.
shit.
Are they good?
Flashlight's
know that
great
too.
and bad.
Probably. 'Cause that's what they're meant for, right? So.
So you don't have to go bang and go.
Bang
An ego.
You don't have to go banging the Iago like
Uggo.
fellow.
An uggo.
Bangity
Like
You
a
know I love you,
like
my
you don't have
brother.
to bang any hongo like a Japanese person.
Exactly.
You don't have to bang it.
Never wanna do that.
Like a cup of yogurt.
A Yugo, a tiny little car.
Yeah. A Yugoslavia.
A yokel.
What's your favorite Slavic
Yogurt.
country?
Or a go-go,
Really
like somebody who wears leg warmers.
Or a go-go, like somebody who's woken up before.
Or a member of the band The Go-Go's.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Iago the parrot from.
Or a
That's
Go-Go.
what I was thinking.
Or like someone who
Yeah,
hangs out at Tutti Frutti a lot of Froyo.
Did I ever tell you the story about that social
Are you gonna eat that
teacher?
pie?
we all
I'm
had?
thinking about it. I
And,
keep, like,
If
taking
you're not,
bites.
I'm going to.
I keep like taking bites.
What Go-Go's? What?
So, the social teacher we all had in grade 10, I think I was in a different class than you guys, but I had the same teacher.
The one that had to leave for a
The
while.
crazy one
Yeah,
who
yeah.
came back and changed her name.
Yeah.
Oh, her.
Yeah.
Saw
Uh,
panties.
Oh, gross.
And she's sitting with a skirt and then went like, and it was like, ah.
I
Did
saw
you
my
not
music
just
teacher's
go,
boob in grade 7. Like her nipple.
What?
I saw my music teacher's nipple in grade
High
7.
five.
I had a drama teacher who used to
She
wear
was
thongs,
60.
Sick. Double high five.
Oh yeah.
So she just like lift her shirt up a little bit or what?
No, she just wasn't wearing a bra. And she was leaning forward talking to somebody in front of me, and I was like,
Her boob
Sorry.
fell onto Luke's desk.
And he was just like, whoa. What am I doing?
Okay.
Okay, sorry.
So what if she was really old and she had super saggy boobies?
I've regressed back to being.
Wait, her boobs are 70, but like the rest of her is just like a normal age.
Yeah, she's got a really hot face, but she got 70-year-old titties.
What'd you do her?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
but she would have to be wearing
No.
a shirt and a very, very tight bra.
Very pushy.
Okay, what if she has a tail that she tries to slap your ass
Oh
with?
my god, yes.
Any chance?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I'm sleeping. I'm on the bottom.
Sorry,
I'm
what
can't be
kind
on
of-
the
like a
bottom.
monkey
Is
tail?
it ever gonna try and
What
get in
kind
there
of
though?
tail?
I
is it
was
just
thinking
like
like a
human
lion
skin?
tail.
No,
Not
like a
human
monkey
skin,
tail, man. That way she can like stand
Monkey
behind
tail
you
would
and
be
give you a
sweet.
reach around with her tail.
Sure, monkey tail.
Dude,
You
would
could-
Yeah.
Would she ever stick it in
And
your
it has a
butt?
hand on the end of
Would
it.
you ever stick it in your butt though? Because I would.
Okay,
I would
I'd
be
take
cool with it if she's
I'd
stuck in my
pick a
butt.
turtle tail because they're like this long.
Was that
so
your
you couldn't even
story?
tell.
No.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Continue.
so the first day of class that I had with this teacher, and it turns out she was crazy, was she came up to the guy I was sitting beside and I, and we were coloring maps, because that's what we were supposed to do, and we weren't coloring very well, so she just said, hey, you gotta add details, you gotta like fill in the Silk Road, you gotta put in India, you gotta draw the contours. We're like, okay, we understand. She goes, alright, do you like the Go-Go's? We're like,
What?
and I'm like the 80s band? She's like, yeah, the Go-Go's. And I was like, I suppose they're alright. And she goes, that's good. Walks away.
That's weird.
I got the
I-
best mark in that class.
That's the story.
Yeah, that was because who the fuck asked him to like the Go-Go's?
Like,
when there's
first
no
date.
reason to ask. Yeah, and then I wanted to make the joke later to her because the only song I knew from them was "Our Lips Are Sealed," and then she would always yell at me for talking because I'm an obnoxious asshole. Yeah, so I was gonna go, "Oh, sorry, our lips are sealed," and then see if she laughed. But she's so insane that she probably wouldn't have gotten it. So,
She doesn't even know what the Go-Go's are. She
Yeah.
literally just like knew what they were and then forgot about it the next day.
She just knows that that's like a popular conversation starter. She's just like, so how you doing? You like the Go-Go's?
You know, one of my favorite Family Guy jokes, maybe think of it because you were eating an apple pie, and this was from one of the first 2 seasons. The scene where they're driving toward church on a Sunday morning, and they're talking about how they're going to go to McDonald's after church, and then he's like,
The kids are fighting in the back.
yeah, the kids are fighting in the back, and he's like, hey, stop fighting, we're not going to go to McDonald's. Like, aw, and he's like, all right, fine, we'll go to McDonald's, but you can't get a Happy Meal. It's like, aw, it's like, okay, fine, you can get a Happy Meal, but you can't get a pie with it. They're like, oh, come on. He's like, all right, you can get a pie with it, but you can't blow on it.
Oh.
Nice.
Yeah. Wow, that really fucked up the momentum.
Your
Oh,
joke just shit all over.
Speaking of blowing on things.
Oh god.
Well,
I'm glad you saved this.
and censor her now.
No, one time I was
Yeah, no, cut away and pretend there's an amazing story.
I might have already told this story. I don't know. I forget stories I tell sometimes. But one time I was eating really hot lasagna.
If you
Of
don't want
course,
to be
the
healed.
lasagna story. We all know the lasagna story.
Who wants lasagna?
And, you know, instead of like, I was like,
from?
I'll tell you later. I'm not going to tell it on the podcast. It'll gross everyone out and you have to censor it again.
Oh my god, actually, you have to
I've
have told
it to
this
you.
story.
I've told it to
Come
you.
on.
I'm not going to say it. Let Matt finish.
Oh, I
I'll
think I
say
know
it's
what
a-
it is.
it's a short story. I
Yeah.
was having lasagna. I put it in my mouth. I realized it was really fucking hot. So instead of like, you know, like, I decided to just fucking swallow and be a
no.
man.
Ah!
And it burnt all the way the fuck down. And like, there's like a little like sphincter here, like where your throat meets like the rest of your body.
It's actually a sphincter.
It's actually a
Yeah.
sphincter.
It's true.
That's
They are. You have like 6
Hey, guess what? Your
fingers.
eyes are sphincters.
Yeah.
No! Did you date a girl whose eyes were actual butts?
Yes, it's like an eye fucker.
Okay.
Anyway.
Sorry, go on. And then like I burnt surrounding it, so
Oh,
like I
God.
couldn't like eat for like 2 days because even water,
that's
like
awful.
I had to suffer with liquids because even like water would just like it would go down and be fine because the esophagus healed, but then as soon as it healed, we'd be like, oh fuck, I'm having a fucking heart attack. This is horrible.
Man, that's such a like
It was
bad
brutal.
decision.
It was.
Like, oh, I'm.
It was.
This is incredibly painful.
I know, but it was like you didn't. Obviously, you didn't think very.
It was a
clearly.
half
It was
a
just
second
your
decision
reaction.
that ruined my life for 2 days. Like it was the worst.
I do want to. So you have a story that's so
Oh,
explicit.
You know what? I don't.
It's
I
not a
don't
story,
think I
it's
remember exactly what it is, but
It's
the
not
fact that
a
I
story of anything
remember.
that happened to me. It's just something
If
I
it is.
saw.
Okay.
Oh.
Saw.
I think
it's emphasis.
you can tell it, and if we have to cut
Okay,
it, whatever. I just
so-
want to hear it
Is there
anyways.
jizz involved?
Sort of.
I don't like
No,
the way
no,
that
no, no,
sounded.
no,
If you just said yes,
There's
I
no
would be less
middle
concerned
ground.
than when you say sort of.
It was pre-cum. There was no cum.
Oh, it's not male jizz. Anyway.
Oh, stop!
So there's this video that I saw.
Oh.
And it's Armenian porn.
Oh.
For all you Armenians out there, you might want to tune out right now. So basically, it's just this dude fucking a girl, and it's
An Armenian girl?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Wait, that's fucking racist, you asshole.
Do that.
The Armenians are fine and industrious people.
Industrious?
Yeah, they do things.
Good thing about
Okay, so let me
They do
finish. Okay. So there's just this dude fucking this girl, and then, you know, he pulls out, and then he starts fucking her, and she and then he turns around and starts and, like, really fucking hard, she all over him, and then she's all like, ugh, and he, like, holds her head and turns around, and there's this who wants lasagna? It's just like, just and vomit everywhere.
Oh god!
Yeah, you're gonna have to censor that one.
That'll be funny or something.
Okay. Twice now.
That reminds me so much of the It Only Smells. So,
It's a similar kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, just like, he's like, who wants lasagna? He's like holding her by the hair and she's like, ugh, it's so fucking
Did you ever see the one where the girl, she was giving a guy a blowjob, and then she started freaking out because she was getting deep throat and all that stuff. She was really nervous, and she ends up puking it all out, and then, like, she's getting some water, and she pukes more, and the director's like, it's fine, it happens
Oh
occasionally.
yeah. But she it was.
And then
I
she-
don't think she was getting like deep throat or anything. She just like puked and then they're like,
Oh, okay, yeah.
don't worry, sweetie, it's okay. This happens all the
It's
time.
okay,
She's
don't
like,
worry about it. She's
it's like, oh, sorry, do you eat something bad yesterday?
Yeah.
She's like, no, I'm pregnant.
Oh, that's a whole nother niche right
And
there.
my favorite out of context quote from The Outsiders is, "It's just hair, pony boy."
It's just there.
That's exactly what you
Segue.
stop censoring right there. My favorite out of context.
Have you ever had like surprise puke porn? Like you've seen you were like, oh, this porn looks good, and then you'll watch it, and then you'll watch it, and you were like, oh
Do
fuck,
not
there's
read
puke
the
in this.
descriptions.
No, sometimes there are
How do you
descriptions.
stumble on puke
That's never
porn?
happened.
Normally
I've
there's
never found
descriptions when there's
Like,
vomit
for,
involved.
For example, I was watching this
For
porn
girl
video
finger
Yeah.
with a couple Asian girls, and I should have known from the very beginning. A couple Asian girls, they were just making out, they were like naked, just doing stuff, and then they're like kiss, 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 and then she went for the fingers. And I was like, oh god, no,
I need
this
to
isn't
watch
exactly
it.
what. maybe it's just spit play or whatever. And it was like,
Ew.
and they started puking out of his mouth, and I was like, I can't do this.
It's like that whole thing the bullies do where they hold you down and like dangle the spit over your mouth.
It's
like
like
girls
the,
getting
the
off.
cowboy handshake. They just spit in their hands, shake it, spit on your dicks to be like truly blood brothers.
Lubricant.
Yeah.
What if every time, not every, at least
What if every time
at
we
least
touch,
4
we get
times,
this
Just
feeling?
every time we kiss, I swear I can fly.
Can't you get my heartbeat fast?
at least 4 times throughout the sex, she like spits on you, like in the face or wherever, just like
That's fine.
You know, there's
Like,
enough,
very much
there's
it.
enough fluids going around that I think spit isn't really too much of a concern.
But it's just kind of really rude when
No,
you're like,
she's
oh
like-
yeah,
Like, yeah,
As long as I can spit
like
back
a
on, I'm
loogie,
okay.
like a
yeah.
hateful loogie,
Like,
like
yeah,
a
like
disdainful
the
loogie.
scene in Titanic where they're like on the railing. Like, she's like winding up.
It's like the whole
like leaning
And then,
right
and then
in
like
No.
60% chance your mouth's gonna be open when she
But what
doesn't
if,
like
what if you're doing a
surprise.
doggy style? Does she just like her head like flies back and then she's like she can't has to get out?
No,
of
she
position
goes like
or-
Exorcist on you. She's like,
or she like bends completely backwards.
okay, same situation, but she's now a camel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Only
One
dromedary
hump or
does
two, one hump or
everything.
two.
Oh, good.
Only
point.
dromedary.
2 humps.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
2 hump master race.
It's got all about them curves.
Yeah.
Would you do a
Like,
one
Real
boob?
camels
Yeah,
have curves.
yeah,
Real camels have curves.
really hot girl, like a 9 without this, but she only has 1 boob and it's in the middle.
Doing a boob.
Is that a girl from fucking Total Recall? Or
No,
maybe
she has
she's
3
from-
boobs.
She has 3 boobs.
So the opposite of 1 boob.
Total Recall was a good movie. Like the remake was actually.
That's the
pretty
opposite
Oh,
of
what about the
okay.
original? Have you seen the
I
original?
haven't seen the original.
The original was okay.
My dad just does this thing that I've never seen the original, but he does this thing where he takes like 2 oranges and he puts them up to his eyes and he goes ah because apparently that's a thing.
Oh, well, they're
Oh,
already kind
so-
of healed. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
no,
yeah,
favorite
yeah.
part, in the first scene of Total Recall, it's a dream sequence in which Arnold Schwarzenegger is on Mars with like
Yeah.
some girl who comes into play later in the movie, and then they're just like kind of walking on Mars in their spacesuits, and he fucking trips, he falls down a hill, the whole time down the hill he's like and then he gets to the bottom and hits his like face guard thing on a rock and it breaks open, so he's in Mars, right? So there's like no air. So he's like, he goes up toward the camera, and that's the eye thing. His eyes are like,
And I've never seen like my dad do it either. My mom's just like, have you seen, like, because I was like, I haven't seen Total Recall, and then she's like, haven't you seen your dad do that thing with the 2 oranges? I'm like, I've never been in the same room as my father and 2 oranges. Like, I don't like. Should I have been there? Like, should this happen often? Like,
Just have never been the same room as my father.
wait, okay, I haven't seen the remake of Total Recall.
the remake was good.
Do they go to Mars?
They don't go to Mars.
What the fuck? They don't go to Mars? The point about the first Total Recall is that you never know whether it actually was like inputted memory or not.
Same thing with.
Okay, so I'm glad they kept that, because if they didn't keep that, that would have fucking like defeated the point.
Yeah,
of the
it was a good movie.
Isn't
honestly.
the new one like PG-13, like
Yeah.
RoboCop?
It had Colin Farrell in it. It was
That's
good.
Colin Farrell.
Isn't the newest Total Recall about
Had
all
Colin
the
Firth in
Chinese,
it, actually.
Chinese
Shut up.
toys?
Just all proper. What?
I made a joke about it being about
I think
Chinese.
And then we were
we
talking about
should
Colin
go
Firth,
and watch
so yeah, I
like
remember that.
all of Arnold Schwarzenegger's 80s movies. They're
Commando.
all great. They're so
True
fun.
Lies was good.
They're
True
so
Lies
fun.
is genuinely good.
It's never going to
Jamie
happen
Lee Curtis
again.
is
Like,
True
there's
Lies.
never going to be
Realize.
another star like him.
That is
Because
true.
like is there any star that has like not the ability to speak English?
Yeah, no, it's not like that.
I still haven't seen Terminator 2.
You've not seen Terminator 2?
I've never
It's
seen a
widely
Terminator
regarded as
movie.
the best one of the series.
I've
Yeah.
not seen Terminator.
Oh yeah,
movie
yeah,
either.
Terminator 2 is pretty good.
T2 is definitely the best. You don't need to watch any of the other
Yeah.
ones.
Apparently, T2 you can cry.
I
Yeah.
saw the T2.
It's got good father-son
the
stuff.
The Terminator 2
You
3D
wouldn't like
show
it.
and Universal Studios that's been the exact same thing since 1994
Oh,
or
cool.
1992. It was the cheesiest thing ever. It was
Oh.
awesome.
What was?
They have, okay, so you go to Universal Studios and they have Terminator 2 3D, and it's the
Right.
show they've had ever since Terminator 2 came out. Well, it was a couple years after maybe Terminator 2 came out. So it's like almost 20 years now.
Yeah.
And basically, you wear 3D glasses, you go into this thing, and then you watch, like, on the big screens, there's, like, Arnold Schwarzenegger and Linda Hamilton from the movie acting out, like, an action sequence where they're like, we're going into fucking Cyberdyne, and we gotta save the world.
Explosions. Blah, 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 blah.
But there's simultaneously 2 actors on stage acting out what's happening, except obviously they're not the actors, not the same actors.
They're not. It's not Arnold
They're
Schwarzenegger.
going through the motions. So, and it's like, you see, like, them also reacting to, like, robots going, like, "Whoa," out of the screen, and they're like, whoa, my god, robots. And it's the cheesiest thing. It was worth it, though. It was worth it. because I was like, I was there, I guess.
What's your guys'
It felt like you were
favorite
there.
Arnie line? Like the best cheesy line he ever had in any
Ice
movie?
But get to the chopper.
Oh,
Really?
It has
I
to.
really
No.
like when he
It's
falls
not-
down the
no,
hill. I've seen that clip.
Or
It's
the
funny.
one. Sorry, what's the one where he shakes her to death?
Oh, his first role. He was on a 1970s crime show called The Streets of San Francisco. And this is a great story. Okay, so this was one of his first roles. It was just a little guest role on one episode, and he played a bodybuilder because he was a bodybuilder back then. So they just fuck it, we'll just get a bodybuilder. Can he act? No. Does he look like a bodybuilder? Yes. Close enough. So they
That
got him in
started
there.
it all.
And
And
he did Conan.
the premise of the scene was a
Conan.
journalist went to. She invited a bodybuilder over to his house just for an interview, and she was going to do an interview of this bodybuilder, and it basically just a scene about Arnold Schwarzenegger trying to intellectually rationalize bodybuilding. So he's just sitting there like, I think it's beautiful. We are like sculptors, except with our own bodies. And then he's like, can I do poses for you? And she's like, yeah, sure. He's like, do you have any baby oil? She gets some baby oil. And he sets up a lamp like on himself, and it's like really sad and kind of weird. And he turns on himself and he rubs the oil all over himself, and he's like, okay, I'll do poses. And then he does like poses, right? And then he gets to one where he literally looks like he's trying to poo his pants. He's like, and then the girl laughs because it's funny. But she was supposed to laugh like in the show too. And then he sees that stuff. She's like, hey. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry, you look like a big ape. And he was like, you are just like the others. He hits the lamp. He's like, you make fun of me. How could you do this to me? And then he like grabs her because he's really, really upset about it. He's like, how you do this to me? And then he throws her on the couch and she fucking dies. And she dies from like a rare case of adult shaken baby syndrome.
Wait, the actress actually died?
And then he just runs away, stumbling away like out the door. That was it. And I guess he made an appearance later in the episode when they arrested him or whatever. But that was the only scene I've seen from that episode because I'm sure it's probably a very mediocre show.
My favorite line is in Kindergarten Cop. And the kid
It's
goes
not
to take
the
the cookie.
tumor. He's
He
like,
goes, put the cookie down! Now!
what about it? It's not a tumor!
Yeah. Or also, Benny, need to let off some steam. That's my favorite.
What about Jingle All the Way?
Oh my god, I love that movie.
That's a terrible.
Such a bad movie.
Him and
Fucking
Sinbad are
Sinbad.
so great.
I love Sinbad.
It's so weird. Like the
happened to
dynamic between the
Sinbad?
two characters makes no sense because they're like friends, except they're constantly like, fighting each other to get like this Turbo Man doll.
Yeah.
And at the end, he wears the Turbo Man suit and makes his kids Christmas, but then it's not about the gifts.
My dad was Turbo Man the whole time.
Okay,
You
his
guys
kid
ever
doesn't
watched
have a
it?
fucking Austrian
They
accent.
had the show.
His
It was
kid
all like
probably
family or
does.
channel or
I
whatever.
loved Sinbad.
Yeah.
I didn't actually
I
watch
don't
a lot of
understand
it.
it.
I loved his naval work. He had a really good belly button. That was a fucking double pun on your ass.
Wow, yeah.
Congratulations.
Wow.
But yeah, other than that one episode of Always Sunny that he showed up in, what has he done in like 20 years?
He did
shit.
voice over
Governor,
called
Hughes,
American
that
Dad a
counts.
while ago. For one episode.
I think
He
just
played
everybody
himself.
just knows him because of his name.
Yeah.
Like, there's no other
Yeah,
reason. to know him.
Isn't he also like a comedian?
He
Well,
was.
he is, yeah.
Not
Is, I don't know.
I thought he was a rapper and comedian.
Oh god. I don't think
Did
it
he
was
ever rap? I don't
He
think
has
so.
I
rap.
think
Every
I'm
black
wrong.
person
I think
in
he
their
was
career
just
has
a
been a
comedian.
rapper.
For at least like 6
Nelson
months.
Morgan
Mandela.
Freeman's
Probably
Mandela.
Malcolm X. Although Malcolm X
Denzel
is a
Washington.
sick
Nelson
rapper name.
Mandela.
Kunta Kinte.
Yeah. Desmond Tutu.
Who was the guy, the last King of Scotland guy?
Oh yeah.
He was
oh,
a
Forrest
rapper.
Whitaker.
Forrest Whitaker.
Well, no, I meant the actual one.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's
Like the guy who is like a war criminal.
I'm paying attention.
Yeah, Forrest Whitaker.
It's my job. I'm the one
I
who
was
finds
just,
I got
I
the
was just
thing.
watching that.
What time are we at?
Seal.
I find
Seal?
See, I'll find out when it's appropriate time.
Heidi Klum.
But yeah, I just rewatched.
What? Seal.
She's
Heidi
been a
Klum.
rapper.
Oh yeah, right.
She's
They were
married
like
to Seal.
married.
They're
Yeah,
married.
that's so weird.
Yeah, they're still.
Seal.
Still?
Can you
I
imagine
think
Seal
so.
ever saying the N word? Go back to that comedy bit there.
What if she did that the entire time during sex? She just,
Let's keep coming back to this prompt.
Is she slapping on my dick?
Is it like for
If you want.
encouragement when you're doing well, or is she just doing
Yeah,
it?
you can. Yeah, it's like I can just fucking like pretend to myself that it's like she's just congratulating my.
Did she also balance a beach ball on her nose at the same time?
Okay, what about perfect
Any
girl?
girl-
You like everything about her. There's nothing wrong with the girl. She's the best. But the whole time, Seal has to be there watching. You're just like, yeah, man, yeah. Keep going.
Again,
Just, like,
is
really
he-
up
is he
close.
That kiss
critiquing
was
me,
good. It
or
was
is
like
he
from
just
there.
having a good time?
That's just
hanging out.
There's no there's no contact. But like it would be like you're right here, and I'm just like keep keep going. Yes.
He's speaking to you.
Yeah, if he wants. Or
It's
he
like
can say-
if he wasn't speaking, I could just turn off the lights and pretend he's not there.
Is he
Hopefully he's not
coaching me?
smiling.
Wow. Is he coaching me?
Because if I look over and I see his fucking scarred ass face, it's gonna freak me the fuck out.
That's why. So she's perfect, but Seal's there like.
Is he going like she could use it a little harder right now? Like is he coaching me through it? Is he giving
He
me
can.
tips?
It's up to Seal.
Yeah, it's
up to
Seal.
Seal.
What would Seal do in that situation?
He's there.
WWSD. What would Seal do?
What would Seal do? Beautiful.
He'd go bowling.
We should watch Adaptation. Should we watch it? Can we watch
That was a good movie.
Adaptation's
Like
fucking
the
amazing.
Adaptation of what?
Adaptation best Nicolas Cage movie
Yeah, it
ever.
was really
It's his two best performances ever, and they're in
Ghost
one movie.
Rider.
I thought Weatherman was good.
God, that was.
The Weatherman is great. I love the
Weatherman's really
Weatherman.
What's the one where he's like a vampire hunter?
Oh, you mean
Ghost Rider?
like the fucking recent one, like Season of the Witch?
Yes, that sounds right.
Maybe
With
I think it's
him
a witch
and
hunter, though.
him and
Yeah.
fucking Robert Perlman.
Ron Perlman?
Ron Perlman.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
I saw
was
Sorcerer's
fun.
Apprentice.
Oh,
That wasn't terrible.
Yeah, it was
I don't
okay.
doubt
I mean, Jay Baruchel's acting is
Jay Baruchel's
painful.
acting.
I thought he was great in how. I still haven't seen.
I don't like the way he
How to Train Your Dragon.
speaks.
I don't
That's
like the way he
another thing I
speaks.
need to
Oh,
watch.
The first one's amazing. I have not seen the second one because they didn't advertise it.
There's
like,
nothing
at
good
all.
about the second one, really.
not very
Yeah, I
good.
probably wouldn't bother seeing it. I thought it looked
no
like
reason to
too
watch it.
sequely. It's like
Yeah,
we find a colony of dragons in the jungle.
Yeah. His mom's back now for some reason.
Yeah.
And we're all grown up, sort of.
I'm sure it's fine just to watch the first one and then.
The first one's
The
fantastic.
first
Yeah.
one's real
Love the
solid.
first one.
It looks
It's like the
great,
best
too.
DreamWorks animated movie because DreamWorks generally
Oh,
doesn't make
easily.
good
Up.
animated
like
movies.
what other one?
Shrek?
Up.
Up is Disney.
Okay, Shrek's good. I'm sorry, I forgot about Shrek.
Shrek is the. Have you watched it recently?
love.
It is not good. It's
Shrek,
like
the
Shrek.
first
really
two
fun.
are great. The
First
first
two
two are
okay.
great.
Yeah,
Everything
no,
I like
after
the
that
first one.
sucks.
Everything
Yeah.
after that was bad.
Third and fourth, and yeah,
Oh,
just
geez.
there
And
was
Shrek
there
the
was a
Halls.
fifth.
You can't forget Shrek the Halls.
That doesn't count.
I did watch that.
Oh, I saw Shrek 4D when I was at Universal
Oh.
Studios. The 4D, it was like, it drizzles like water on you at some point, and then it's like Shrek farts, and then it's like, oh, fart smell coming up from under the seats because he farted.
Actually,
What did it smell
It was
like?
it was bad.
That's bad.
Is that the one where like his kids run away? Or get
don't
killed?
No, the fourth one is where like Rumpelstiltskin's all like, "Oh, we're gonna go back in time and make everyone
Oh
barbarians."
yes, that's what it is.
It's stupid. I couldn't make it through the whole thing.
Yeah, it
I
was
would've had
very
to
bad.
watch
And
I
I
know
actually
Shrek-
saw the third one. And
The
that's
third one is
the
actually the worst by far.
really it's not as
It's far worse than the fourth one.
really.
I remember
Yes.
expecting it to be good because I was a little kid and hating it. So.
It's-
Which one? The third
The
one?
third, yeah.
Shrek
It
the
must
third.
have come out when you were like,
Yeah, we were a little kid.
Or
I
no,
just hated it because
yeah,
I
was the
was
third
older.
longer? Because I liked the second one when I was a little kid.
dude, I loved the second
one.
one.
Yeah, it's solid.
I hated it because
Good
McDonald's every year had to do like the hype thing for fucking Shrek. It's
Yeah,
like
that
you
Shrek did for
had to
me.
sell the Shrek cups and the Shrek toys, and it was like fuck
And then
off.
there's like the green milkshake and
yeah,
whatnot.
it was like the Shrek shake. It was like fucking
Yeah.
stupid.
But it's basically just a Shamrock Shake, but Shrek edition.
Do you guys ever see Inspector Gadget?
Imagine
that
It better not be a porno.
Oh,
It totally
Google
is.
it.
Yeah.
Go gadget fart.
Oh, on Cringe, on r/Cringe, there was a video. It was a Shrek video promoting One Direction, where he's
Yeah.
like,
One
"Oh,
Direction.
I hate One Direction. Oh, they're
Except
so
He
bad."
did the voice so bad. It
Yeah,
didn't even
it wasn't-
sound
well,
like
it wasn't
Shrek.
him. It wasn't
well,
him.
obviously, but it was like, and it was a bad impression.
And then he's like,
of,
a minute,
mine.
and he's like, "Oh, I can't handle it anymore. I love them. They're so good with their dance moves and their songs are so great." And I was like, I was like, that was ridiculously uncharacteristic. That there's no way this is canon. Like, fuck.
What
Wow.
why
Messing
why
with my
is Shrek
canon.
even mixing with One Direction? Like, did One Direction come to them? They're like, we need something
What
to
does-
advertise.
Because
Yeah.
fucking
Shrek.
DreamWorks, the fucking company that owns
Part of the
DreamWorks,
original mythos.
also owns
Yeah.
One Direction.
Oh, okay.
I
So
guess.
it's like how
How
for
can we
Star
just
Wars
combine
now,
our
all the books and video games are not part of the accepted canon, so they didn't actually happen, or technically.
So, yeah.
Shrek Super Party is a really fun game.
Is Knights of the Old Republic accepted canon?
Or
It should be.
it might be because they definitely still count the MMO. The MMO still counts.
Well,
Galaxies are Old Republic.
And the MMO was based off of like the
The
original
Galaxies
Xbox
has
games.
been done for years.
I know,
like
but it
the
was
old
the original
Republic.
one.
But yeah, it was
No.
the original Star Wars MMO.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that every expanded universe thing does not count except for the Old Republic, and I don't know if KOTOR counts.
Well,
You
KOTOR
would
should
think
count.
it
though.
should, but I don't know if
They put, yeah, I'm
might
sure they
wanna
put
do
like
their
good
own
effort
thing.
into like keeping things consistent.
KOTOR is hard to create canon though because you kind of like it was
Oh,
linear,
yeah,
but you
because you-
still decided on your own character's
Yeah.
destiny kind of stuff. So like there's nothing.
Well,
really,
there's canon stuff like
Well,
there's
there's
still
no
around it like
but it
Darth
didn't really
Malak
affect
and
like
Darth
the
and everything.
main
Yeah, it
plot
doesn't
though.
really.
Revan is a
Darth Revan and Malak and stuff.
yeah. Revan, I think canonically is a dude and evil, and then the
Well,
second
that was
movie
the thing.
is a female light side person. I think is the canon for who the
Well,
character is.
canonically.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. But
Yes.
in any event,
I think it's just canon fodder, really.
ah,
What
I
if she
cannot.
has?
I
God,
cannot.
I want everybody to stay silent for a minute.
Luke, take a picture to last longer.
That's a joke. Cause canon.
Canon.
Oh.
Oh yeah, go there. Yeah, next
Fuck
level.
you.
Yeah, mine was funnier.
Fuck, I hate
His
you.
was good because he made me think.
Yeah.
Would you have sex with a girl if she only spoke in Garfield lines?
Garfield's fucking
Well, there's
funny
probably-
as shit.
Garfield
Wait,
says
I-
so many
I hate
things.
Sundays.
No,
Yeah.
If she only spoke in Garfield lines from Garfield minus Garfield.
Garfield minus Garfield's so great.
Well, it gets old, but I thought it was
Yeah,
hilarious when I
still
first
great
read
at
it.
first. It doesn't get
But
old.
best webcomic is still Perry Bible
Still
Fellowship.
concerned.
Perry Bible
Wow.
Fellowship is the best. I can't say
Talking
it.
The Perry Bible Fellowship.
I like
Well, yeah,
XK. Right now, I love XKCD. Like that'll always be like.
Well,
the top
XKCD is
one.
like the classic,
The
like
webcomic.
original
It seems like
webcomic.
Well, when you
Miss
search
me
webcomic,
because
it's the first thing that
I'm
comes
pretty
up.
dumb, so I don't get a lot of them.
Although
Yeah,
it's like
Society
calculating
type,
shit. It's just like
I love it.
alright.
It's actually so great.
Yeah, it's like you're smart.
Like some of them are really cool, where it's like showing the universe or whatever,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the
that's
sizes
cool.
of suns or whatever. And
Yeah.
it's like, oh, that's
Concern
cool.
was like also my favorite.
Oh, Concerned is like the
So
best though.
good.
Concerned's
Yeah.
like the first
So
one I
good.
fell in love with. Concerned is based on
What are we gonna
Half-Life
do with
2.
5,000 red barrels?
Yeah, that's so fun.
good.
So some of it's so fucking genius.
Because if you played the game, you're like, oh,
There's
shit,
fucking red
this is
barrels.
awesome.
Like, why the fuck would you put red barrels on this rickety ass bridge, you retard?
Let's put them. Let's put all our.
So they
troops
create a
on this
backstory
rickety
for like a
ass
shipping error. To
Yeah.
put the red barrels everywhere in the game.
Because like, how we're getting rid of these? Just put them everywhere.
And it's like for a few like issues after that, like you look in the background, you see fucking like piles of red barrels everywhere.
So great.
And he said he gave up on it because it was too fucking hard to set up in
Well,
Gmod.
didn't he like kind of finish it anyways? For the most
He
part?
did finish it. Yeah,
Yeah.
he finished it, and it was like cool.
When Alex told me about it and said like it's about Gordon Froman and his like his fucking weapons like a shovel or whatever, I thought it was like that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. That's so dumb. I would never read that. And then I read it and I was like, this is the greatest thing I've ever read.
I love Concerned. I should read it again.
I need to
It's
read
been
it.
years.
That was math class for me because math class was fucking useless.
I like Brawl in the Family. I don't know if any of you guys have read that one. It's just about Nintendo stuff. It's good. It's ending though, which is kind of.
What
sad.
if she spoke in like a lot, like constantly in Brawl character quotes, like Smash Bros. Brawl?
Speed
Falcon Punch.
Michelle?
Prepare yourself.
God, that'd be
No, better. What if she spoke in fusion fencing character lines? Zacky, attack.
That's the best.
Okay.
Yes.
I hope
always.
she does that.
Okay, well, now's probably a decent time to end the podcast. This is podcast 19. Signing out.
Sweet 19.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Bam!
Pew.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Wait for some.
It
Okay.
took for fucking ever.
Damn it, that was shorter than I anticipated. It was only an hour.